everybody. How are we all doing tonight? I've been having a lot of problems lately with my dental issues, so that's why I've been gone. I want to apologize. I did make a post a while back. I don't know if anyone saw it or not, explaining a little bit about it and said I would be back. Well, I'm back, just like Slim Shady. Today we're going to check one out from The Darkest Secret. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, The Darkest Secret. This is Have You Seen This Man? People begin to exhibit a strange syndrome. Let's check it out.
Hey, so today I experienced something that I've never experienced in my life before. Freaked me out. Thought I was crazy. Still haven't processed it fully. So, as I do every week, twice a week, I make deliveries to the same guy. I've been doing it for 7 months. And it's the same guy every time I walk in. He's got a big garage with like a couple trucks in it. I walk in, I hand him his parts, we talk for a minute, I walk away. I go on my business. Today, I walked in, and he had his back to me, and he was working on his bench, and he must have heard me coming. I don't know, because I was actually pretty quiet, I thought, but when he turned around, I jumped and kind of grabbed my mouth like that because I didn't know what to think. And he laughed a little bit and called me jumpy. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm just not feeling very good. And I handed him his part, and I was like, hey, I gotta go. The reason I reacted that way is because when I looked at him, he was different. He didn't look like the same guy I saw every other time. First thing I saw was he had no color in his eyes. They were completely black. Like you couldn't even see reflections. It was just a black mass. And for some reason his ears were kind of weird, and they had like this little point like that.
Huh.
I don't know what that was. Excuse me. But then I was talking to my friend, and he sent me an article about them saying that a new disorder that's coming out where people are starting to see demon faces in people. And it got me thinking, if they're putting something like that out, could it be a disorder, or is it God is actually letting people see demons and they're just trying to make it look like we're crazy? I still can't process.
I don't know. Could it be a government issue?
I don't know. And like ever since the eclipse, I find it funny. The clouds look different.
I haven't noticed that
for some reason. I don't know what it is yet. I'm gonna figure that one out. But that could be just me being dumb. The other thing I saw, like I have perfect vision, so I don't know what I saw. If anybody else has ever seen this, can you please let me know?
I haven't.
I'm kind of weirded out right now. Anyway, God bless, love you.
Have any of you had an experience like that?
What he explains seems to be a well-known psychological disorder called prosopagnosia. The strange thing, and the reason why I have decided to make this video, is that after that last eclipse, the one where so many strange objects were seen in the sky, and which in fact we made a special video about, now many people are beginning to report that they see demonic faces on others. So get ready, because it's coming strong. My name is Leonore Clay, and this is The Darkest Secret. Today we present the strange phenomena of demonic faces.
Prosopagnosia. Prosper I don't know. I can't talk.
As you just saw in the video that we presented in the intro, the man was completely normal. And suddenly, from one day to the next, and especially after the eclipse, he began to see some faces in this form. Elongated ears.
He seemed really
distinted
sincere,
eyes,
too.
and wrinkles on the forehead and mouth. On TikTok, Instagram, and on Reddit, little by little, it is starting to become flooded with cases of people saying that they are beginning to see strange things on people's faces. On Reddit, a user wrote the following. I was almost at the front of the supermarket checkout line, just waiting for the girl ahead to finish paying. I was placing my items on the conveyor belt, and when I looked up, there she was. This girl with a ponytail paying, but her face was different. Dark, with pointy ears and a huge mouth and deep black eyes. I jumped in fright and pushed everyone behind me. I had never experienced anything like that.
Could they be alien?
Days passed and it became more and more common.
Y'all don't think I'm fucking crazy. I'm walking down the street, walking back from the store. There's this guy probably about 15 feet behind me. And you know how you can tell someone's walking behind you. I look back, he's just looking at me. He stops when I stop. So I walk forward a little bit. You know, I keep walking like that. Get shit back, turn around, I go, what? What's your problem? I swear to God, on my mother's grave, this guy's eyes was jet fucking black. Jet fucking black. He said, smiling like that, man. I fucking turned around. I fucking ran. I said, this shit, dude. This shit. I come home. I'm sitting out there where my street is. Like that corner right there, man. I stopped saying, fuck, was standing right fucking there, dude. Come in here, get my gun, look out again. He's gone. That dude was not fucking human.
With versions that increasingly moved further and further away from simple
So we
visions,
followed him home.
to involve more dangerous situations, like this man's. There was so much hysteria, there were so many reports that it even appeared in the media.
Imagine your vision is totally normal, and then one day you see demonic features everywhere on people only, just like this, what you see behind me. It's commonly known as, or now known because people didn't know about it at first. It's called the demon face syndrome. People with the condition see parts of other people's faces distorted in shape, texture, position, or color. For Sharon, that means grotesque, grimace, elongated eyes, and deeply etched scars. Also pointed ears.
Do you know why it attracts so much attention? It is because this is a very rare disorder, but it is recognized that only 75 people on the planet originally possessed it. The disorder is named.
I like demon face syndrome a lot better.
Also known as demon face syndrome. It is a visual disorder characterized by altered perception of faces. People who have this disorder often see facial features that are disfigured, distorted, or in unusual positions. Some see the face completely deformed, while others see only half
I think
of
it could be just a
The worst
hallucination.
is
That's
that
what I'm
while
thinking.
some were born seeing distorted faces, it happens to others overnight. That is the case of Victor Shera. Victor reported that one day he woke up in the morning and saw a person with a demonic appearance in his home. This person turned out to be his roommate, but he did not see him in that way. His face was like that of a gremlin, an unusual creature with wrinkles on its cheeks and forehead, and a very elongated mouth. His confusion continued when he went outside and noticed that everybody looked the same, with this same distortion. Since that moment, he continues to see everyone like that. Suddenly, from one day to the next, one day he was a normal person, and the next morning
wondering if
he was living a nightmare.
they're putting
How
something
can
in their
this be
food or in
possible?
the air or something
In
like
what
that
sense
that's
does it
making these
make
people
that every day more
hallucinate?
people are saying they have this disease right after the eclipse? That eclipse where so many things happened in the sky. Some internet users, also interested in this phenomena, began to review recent history and pulled out this clip from the depths of the internet. Do you remember it? Well, internet users suggest
I remember
that
the
the
one on the
phenomena
plane.
was already beginning here. There were several, at least 3 recorded cases, where people on a plane came off scared, saying that they had seen someone non-human on board.
Right? Ow! That you're back there is not real!
We talked about this in our video called That Person Is Not Real. He changed skins on a plane. At that moment, we theorized that perhaps he could be a skinwalker, an alien whose suit failed for some reason, revealing his true self. We reflected on this because at that time, the news had gone viral of a high-ranking officer in the army claiming that aliens
Oh, I believe
were
they are.
already walking among us. Here, I would like to pause a bit and emphasize this woman's video. Of all the cases of alleged skin changers during this period, she was the one that stood out the most. However, what appears in that video was all the information that was available at that time. Although shortly after, someone found her again at an airport and asked her what we all wanted to know since that footage was recorded. What did she see that day?
What exactly you saw? Because you know you alluded to what you saw, but like we just want to know, like, you know, what did you see?
I mean, thanks for asking that, but I have been told I cannot comment on it right now.
I see.
I'm sorry.
Are you
Who
going
would
to,
tell her that?
like, you know, have a full kind of interview somewhere, or like what's going on? What's the deal? What's the plan
rate
on?
it's going, I feel like it's gonna have to happen.
Yeah.
So yes, there's some things in the works, mostly nonprofit charity stuff. But I've been trying to like lay low for the most part, but reporters wouldn't let that happen. So
Yeah. Well,
I was so much strong-armed into speaking, and now here we are.
well, I do want to know. Like, I mean, you won't say to me what you saw right now.
Yeah.
You can't. All right, just got
Yeah.
Well, but what about, like, what was the reason that you wanted to get off so bad?
Again, can't speak on that right now, but
Understood.
I was distressed and I was getting off the plane no matter what. I just probably didn't need to make the scene that I made.
Right.
She's being coerced not to say anything.
For sure.
Right. And you stand by that, like,
100%,
even now.
100%.
What do you think about this? Who told her not to comment on it? I have looked for more interviews with her, and she never says exactly what she saw. She only indicates that she was going to get off of that plane at any cost, meaning whatever she saw was real to her. The other interesting thing is that all the latest cases of prosopmetamorphopsia that have been reported on social networks recently are very similar to each other. This is a phenomenon that practically depends on the person. Each mind alters perception in a particular form. How can the vast majority see people in this way? As the story goes viral, other people have appeared saying that seeing this exact type of face is not something new, that in fact, it has been occurring for some time.
I've never seen it. Never.
I delete my video about the demon face syndrome, but y'all told me not to. In fact, some of y'all even messaged me some really interesting stories, and you also commented some of your experiences. There was a woman who told me that she had been seeing this since the 50s. I told y'all it is not new. it is just being called something else, but someone who assists Catholic priests with exorcisms. And she said, yeah, we see this all the time. You'll see this on their faces. For a woman to say, I started seeing this back in 1950, in the 50s and 60s, yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but all I'll say, and I'm gonna go back to my normal content, I would get my spirit together. I would get my energy and my spirit right, because stuff is being exposed, and you won't be able to hide your true self. You won't be able to hide what you are, who you are. Like, all of these things are just breaking down, and it's really interesting to watch it unfold.
If we continue under the theory that since last year, and this year in particular, a strange veil is being removed from our eyes along with our minds, and that we are now more prepared to know the truth, all these stories make sense. Look at this photo of Sofia Vergara, America's Got Talent panelist, who uploaded a photo to her networks, and the people who saw it immediately began to notice strange things.
I don't see anything. Oh. Far left. Guy on the left, yeah.
Could it be the camera filter? Or a simple mistake? Possibly. However, many on the internet are beginning to connect the dots.
That one's creepy.
And you will see why. Starting since the United States shot down that strange UFO, which later we did not hear any news about. Then the disclosure of the high-ranking officer of the Army about the extraterrestrial visit. Go through all these UFO events that have been observed. Phenomena already mysterious, as if they were being shown on purpose, and in a much more obvious way. Then go through all the visible and very odd events during the eclipse. And now this, the faces, as if everything begins to make sense. The pieces seem to fit and seem to suggest that we are increasingly prepared for an uncomfortable
bottom part
truth,
of her face messed
an
up.
open
That one's
secret
really creepy.
that we already knew, but no one wanted to assume. And here comes the important thing. The scientific world has been closely monitoring the planet K2-18b, or K18, a relatively close exoplanet that has all the conditions to possess organic life. It orbits a red dwarf, but in the habitable zone. It has water and atmosphere. Many of the conditions that allowed us to have life are present on that planet. That is why a large part of our recent efforts is focused on learning more about K18. So as a species, we have been monitoring it for some time, and the shocking thing appeared on September 11th of last year, when the scientific world gave us the news that the James Webb Telescope had detected DMS, dimethyl sulfide, in the planet's atmosphere. And as far as humanity knows, there's only one way for the atmosphere to contain DMS. I repeat, scientifically, there is only one way, and that is for it to have life in its oceans. Its temperature, the energy it receives from the sun, everything is ad hoc for life. Unfortunately, scientists are quite modest and cannot confirm that there is life, despite the DMS that practically means that. It's because of all this mixed information that it's not so difficult to think that maybe we are ready to know that we're not alone, that they visit us, that they have been visiting us for a long time, that perhaps drastic advances in technology are thanks to it, like gigantic jumps in AI with ChatGPT and these intelligent motors that achieve spectacular things. Perhaps all of this has been thanks to the help of other species. At least, that is what some believe.
So y'all excuse the spoon in my hand. I'm about to make me some coffee, but I got some shit to say. First and foremost, this little goofy ass motherfucking demon face syndrome they got going on. First of all, who the fuck are they trying to fool? Really? Who the fuck are they trying to motherfucking fool? Because it's funny how all of a sudden people are actually seeing this shit, and this weird as fuck how everybody is that's coming forth and saying, oh, I'm seeing this, oh, I'm seeing that, and they all describing this motherfucker the exact same fucking way. But then our goofy motherfucking government want to turn around and say, oh, they have demon face syndrome, bitch. Did we have demon face syndrome back in 2020? No. Did we have demon syndrome last year? No. So you mean to tell me what people are seeing with their actual eyes, y'all think it's a demon face? No. I'm gonna tell y'all what the fuck y'all did, because y'all gonna look at this video and be like, oh shit,
No.
goofy as hell. And then, no. Let me explain to y'all what the fuck y'all did. What the fuck y'all did was, y'all fucked around with them goofy ass fucking portals. Y'all done opened up a motherfucking universe that done split. Then that motherfucker started entering into our motherfucking universe. And now people are seeing shit that they ain't supposed to be seeing. So make long story short,
Yeah.
the government done fucked up. And now y'all wanna blame it on a goofy ass demon syndrome. So this has been videotaping, and then every time they videotape over it, they record the shit or they take a picture of it, they take it down. Why? Because if they have demon face syndrome, how do you explain the picture in the video? So do the camera phone.
It's a good point.
Demon face syndrome too? Miss me with the bullshit. What y'all did was y'all
CERN, I was thinking that,
goofy
yes.
ass CERN shit. Y'all don't put the fucking outer space motherfuckers. Now them spilling over here. You can miss me with the bullshit. Like, that ain't no motherfucking, oh, it's a demon face syndrome. How the, okay, look. Let me make this abundantly motherfucking clear. Let me see some shit like that. Y'all know good and goddamn well I ain't got that motherfucking shit. Demon face syndrome my ass. No, y'all fucked up and y'all done release some shit. And now people are seeing this shit and y'all don't know how to handle this. Miss me with it.
I know he says it in a comical way, but it summarizes very well what has been thought on networks. From the incident in the mall that we also covered, everything that has been observed, and also considering the incident in Las Vegas, in a certain way, all the
That's
dots
weird.
are connected. What
I think
if
it
the
is.
story were true? What if instead of demonic face syndrome, we are experiencing a transitional stage to learn the truth that a race out of this world has been living and leading us
This
for
is
a
an old
long
clip.
time.
I've seen this.
There are
before.
many recordings that you can find on the internet that supposedly serve as evidence for this theory. But of course, they are just evidence, and everything you find on the internet can
Sure.
be falsified.
And you can't trust anything that the government or the media says because they all lie. Everything is a lie, as far as I'm concerned. Won't raise the camera, I can't tell.
So I leave it to your discretion. Could the phenomena of demonic faces have something to do with the Miami portals, the alien accident in Las Vegas, all the obvious UFO sightings? Does this tell us something? As the girl in the last video says, files of this syndrome have been around for a long time, but it had not
Yep.
been news until now.
No.
Have you heard of it before? Why so much hysteria now? Leave me your opinions in the comment box, because this video has already come to an end.
Well, what do you think about that? I think that's really, really interesting. I think that girl, I think she might be onto something. She was the most believable to all of them to me. She needs her mouth washed out with soap, though. Let me know what you thought of that video in the comments down below. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Now it's time for a joke. What do you call a girl who's tired of talking about the environment? Regretta Thunberg.